Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a really fascinating documentary-style timeline. It's a journey that starts with the historical legacy of the Sahara Community Support Program way back in 2005, a foundation that ultimately led to the establishment of AAYAN Management Solutions, pronounced AAYAN, in 2015. You know, in the incredibly complex world of global development, there's always this massive need for a bridge that takes high-level development challenges and turns them into actual, measurable impact on the ground. And since 2015, AAYAN has been that vital architect, literally designing, implementing, and monitoring the systems that drive meaningful change.
Okay, let's anchor ourselves right off the bat to AAYAN's core philosophy: evidence, systems, impact. Now, this isn't just a catchy tagline, it is literally the DNA for every single intervention they design. They don't do guesswork. They start with hard evidence, they build resilient systems to process it, and the absolute non-negotiable end goal is measurable impact. That three-word progression is basically our roadmap for everything we're about to unpack.
Section 1. The Foundation of Impact. So, to really grasp what AAYN does, we have to look at the bedrock of their mission, which is delivering practical, systems-driven solutions across governance, humanitarian response, and global development. And they don't operate in a silo to get this done. They work hand-in-hand with a massive web of stakeholders, government entities, international donors, local civil society, you name it. By bringing everyone to the table, they make sure the institutions they're strengthening actually have the capacity to keep generating results long after AAYN's direct involvement wraps up. It's really all about bridging that gap between raw data and actual on-the-ground decision-making.
Section 2. 3 Pillars of Expertise.
When you're tackling complex, multi-layered development issues, you absolutely need clarity in how you work. AAYAN does this by breaking their expertise down into 3 distinct pillars. Pillar 1 is evidence, evaluation, and research. This is step 1, baseline studies, perception surveys, and deep policy analysis to map the landscape. Pillar 2 is systems and data solutions. Once they have that data, they build out bespoke management information systems, dashboards, and monitoring frameworks to track things in real time. And finally, Pillar 3, program implementation and delivery. This is the boots-on-the-ground phase. We're talking community mobilization, field coordination, and actual program execution. It's a perfect closed-loop system. Design, track, execute.
Now, having these pillars gives them some incredible operational flexibility. They can expertly navigate a really diverse set of thematic areas instead of being boxed into just one niche. They tackle governance and accountability to strengthen public institutions. They push hard for gender equality and inclusion. They work in WASH, water, sanitation, and hygiene, to deliver essential resources, along with massive health, nutrition, and livelihood programs. It just goes to show they have the cross-sector chops to handle intersectional challenges, from youth development all the way to emergency humanitarian response.
Section 3. The Crucial Dichotomy. Leadership versus firm.
All right, this is a super important point in the consulting world. You have to maintain a strict, transparent distinction between the personal pedigree of the leadership and the institutional track record of the firm itself. On one hand, AAYAN's leadership brings individual, multi-donor experience from global giants. We're talking about managing, monitoring, evaluation, and learning systems for the British Council's AWAS 2 program, handling grants for the USAID Citizens Voice Project, and doing massive work for the World Bank and UN agencies. That's a huge foundation of personal expertise. But then, on the flip side, AAYAN, as a corporate firm, channels all that wisdom into targeted institutional assignments. This includes comprehensive nationwide NGO mapping in Pakistan, rigorous safeguarding assessments for the British Asian Trust, and major evaluations for the European Union and Mercy Corps. It's essentially world-class leadership powering a highly effective independent firm.
Section 4. Scale and measurable results.
Because in this sector, beautifully written proposals are one thing. But numbers are the ultimate proof of scale. AAYAN has meticulously monitored over 300 distinct projects, collaborating across a massive network of more than 200 civil society organizations. That's not just high volume. That represents an incredible depth of institutional memory and proves they can adapt their frameworks to hundreds of unique environments.
But it's not all just top-down organizational work. They have successfully verified over 40,000 households. Think about the logistics involved there for a second. That kind of grassroots reach proves their field teams have both the physical capacity and the community trust required to gather authentic, ground-level data, literally house by house. Then you zoom out and their macro-level systems have managed data for over 2 million beneficiaries.
When you are managing data at a multi-million scale, your systems literally cannot afford to fail. This is a massive testament to the secure, scalable data architecture sitting right there in their second pillar of expertise. 2 million lives tracked, analyzed, and optimized for better outcomes.
Section 5. Ecosystem Partnerships and Legacy.
None of this, the millions of beneficiaries, the nationwide mapping, the complex systems, none of it happens in a vacuum. True impact takes vast collaboration. AAYAN maintains deep, ongoing engagements with heavyweights like USAID, UNICEF, the World Bank, Oxfam, and the British Council. And crucially, all of this is built on that foundational legacy partnership with the Sahara Community Support Program that dates back to 2005. These aren't just contracts, they represent sustained, historic trust from some of the most demanding organizations in the world.
Section 6. Building a Better Tomorrow.
So, why build all this? Why the complex frameworks and metrics and international partnerships? Because, out in the field, AAYN's ultimate commitment is to empower communities and strengthen futures. They do this by staying stubbornly dedicated to evidence-based practice and practical ground-level solutions. They know that when you build strong systems and demand genuine accountability, the impact isn't just a spreadsheet number. It is a lasting, visible change in the human landscape.
Which brings us to a final thought. Having seen the sheer scale and the architect-level expertise of AAI Management Solutions, ask yourself, in a world full of incredibly complex development challenges, how will you leverage robust systems and undeniable evidence to make sure your next initiative creates truly lasting change?